Are you experiencing a disconnect between what you value and what you do on a daily basis? If so, this can cause a lot of stress and anxiety. And I've actually been working with a number of coaching clients who come to me saying something along the lines of, I just don't know if I like my work. I'm not really sure what's off, but I'm not happy. Like, is this really it? And I have people who are young that I've worked with on this, as well as people who are retired, have been retired for decades. And so this is a question that really affects all of us, no matter what age we're at. And when we are engaging in activities on a day-to-day basis that just feel meaningless, it can really wear us down, stress us out, and lead to burnout. And so I work with people on this thinking about what is it where you derive your sense of purpose and meaning. And that's one of the core areas of integrative wellness. And so it's not surprising that when this area is suffering, the other areas of wellness can suffer as well. And I was reading this interesting article recently in The Atlantic by Arthur Brooks, and he writes a lot about happiness and simple things we can do to lead a happy life. And he mentioned the fact that some people, after going through sort of retirement, but trying to figure out what to do with the rest of their lives, go to these courses. And one of them in particular, I think he said it was at Notre Dame, but I've also heard or read that they do this at Stanford, has students actually write their own obituary. And I've started mentioning this to my clients as well as an exercise that they can use in order to figure out where their compass is leading them, because sometimes we just don't know. We've spent so long focused on achievements and accomplishments and expecting that to lead to success, or we've lost ourselves in the role of caregiving and being parents or whatever it is, that one day we sort of like wake up and think, how did I get here? And like, what am I doing? And so I would suggest to you, if this rings a bell, to take a few minutes to write your own future obituary. It doesn't have to be nearly as morbid as it sounds, but take a few minutes and reflect on these 5 questions. So the first thing I would ask is, what is it that you accomplished in your lifetime? What did you do? After you've defined that, then answer the question, what did you most value in your life? And what did you do that reflected those values? This might take a little more time to figure out. The third question is, who was most affected by you and your work? So really getting down into the people that are most important to you, that you want to have core relationships with. And the fourth question related to the obituary is, how will you be remembered? And this really gets out your legacy, what you want to leave behind. Once you've answered those 4 questions, reflect on your future obituary and then ask yourself, what is one thing you can do in the next week to move yourself closer to the image that you have portrayed in this future obituary? That helps to for it to feel less overwhelming. You don't have to do all the things that you've written down. That could be way too much and cause you even more stress. But think about a simple activity, behavior, connection, one simple thing you can do in the next week that it will move you closer to that future obituary, that ideal vision you have of your own purpose and meaning. Give it a try this week and let me know how it goes. It doesn't have to feel overwhelming to prioritize our wellness, to build our resilience, to manage our stress. There are simple things we can be doing on a daily or weekly basis in order to honor what we most value and to help ourselves feel good. If you like this type of content, consider signing up for Take 5. It's my monthly newsletter where I share simple science-based solutions for a calmer, healthier life. In the meantime, try setting aside some time to write your own future obituary and see if it lays out a roadmap for you for some simple things you can be doing in order to feel better.